What's going on, YouTube? KPhil98 here on the Royal Comics channel. Now, the Royal Comics show has come to an end after this episode, and I thought I'd do something special for the season finale. I'm doing a top 10 list. Yep, top 10 list. That's what's going down. Top 10 list of my personal favorite top 10 supervillains of all time, of anything. I got stuff from DC, Marvel, movies, stuff like that. So let's just dive right in the list here with number 10, the Shredder. Yes, the Shredder has been a favorite villain of mine since I was a wee little boy. I enjoyed the TMNT show, but just for like the Turtles, I guess, when I was that young. But the Shredder, now that I've gotten older, the Shredder has won my respect as a villain, and as pretty just straight up awesome villain. Basically, that's what he is. He's he, he's basically come close to killing the Turtles numerous times, and yeah, he's just an all around, yeah. And number nine. Number nine from DC Comics, Firefly. Yep, I didn't think you would expect Firefly to appear on a top 10 villains list of all time. But personally, I really like Firefly. Firefly to me is just one of those villains that he's just different from all the other villains. Even though like he's got a flamethrower, I guess not that different. But to me, Firefly has got a really deep place in my reading and stuff like that. Number 8. Number 8 comes from the Marvel Universe, and that is Eddie Brock, Venom. Yep, here we go, Venom. I did a video from the Royal Comic Show Season 1 where I discussed who would win in a fight between Venom and Spawn, but stuff like that. So, you know I'm a fan of Venom. Venom, in my book, he's basically what Spider-Man could never be. Spider-Man has got all these morals, and he's got to stick by the rules, and he can never kill. Venom is just like that anti-hero, I guess you could say. Somewhat. He kills, but he's kind of a bad guy, but he's kind of got a good cause, I think. It's me, personally. Number 7, the Predator. The Predator is, he just has a special place in my reading ever since I've read Batman vs. Predator, and I've seen some of the Predator movies and stuff like that. I mean, just the Predator, he could never win, honestly. And of everybody he's fought, he could never win, except for like maybe he could get lucky a few times, but I don't know. He did a real number on Batman. He messed him up worse than Bane did in Nightfall. So yeah, I will give him that. Number 6. Number 6 comes from the Marvel Universe, comes from the Daredevil universe, and you can already guess by now. There's Bullseye. Bullseye. He showed up in the Daredevil movie back in 2003, I think. I don't know. That's the first appearance I've seen of him. Then I read a few stuff with Daredevil in it, and yeah, he earned my respect as a villain from what I saw in the Daredevil movie. So yeah, that's Bullseye. Number 5. Number 5 comes from the DC universe, Black Adam. Now Black Adam, he is just completely insane with power. He has the power to match Superman. That's basically how I can describe it. Not many DC characters have the power to match Superman. Black Adam is one of them, and I just not a big fan of Captain Marvel. I mean, Captain Marvel's cool and all, but just not a really big fan of him. So it's just always good to see it's just always good to see Black Adam just smack the crap out of Captain Marvel a few times. So that's Captain Marvel as Black Adam. Number 4. Number 4 yet comes again from the DC universe, and that is Talon. Now, if you're not familiar with what talent I'm using, which is I'm using the one from the Court of Owls, which he's not really been used much except for like his own solo title, but that's not the same Talon we're actually talking about. Talon earned a lot of respect from me, and when I read the Court of Owls storyline, he was probably like, I don't know, one of a lot of people that can go head to head with Batman, and actually sometimes a few times come out on top, or just match his power. So yeah, Talon, give it up for Talon. And we're coming down to the last three. Number 3 comes from the Marvel Icon. If you're familiar with the Marvel Icon and the Royal Comics channel, you can already tell who this is. Red Mist, the Mother. Yep, that's who it is. Um, it doesn't matter if you're watching the movie or reading it. It's Chris D'Amico or Chris Genevieve. I don't know how to say that last name. Anyway, that's all that matters is that this guy, he's not really much of a supervillain in my book, but he's a supervillain, but he doesn't have much power as all the other guys on this list, like Bullseye or Black Adam, stuff like that. Like he doesn't have powers, but he's just a mastermind, and he's just messed up. I mean, yeah, personally, that's my list, and if you don't agree with my list, and make your own list. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. Number 2, coming down to the last two. Now, number 1 and 2 are kind of expected for me as a DC Batman fanboy. Number 2, the Joker. The Joker has he's one of those villains that it doesn't matter who you are, you could not even know a thing about Batman and just be one of those posers that are Batman fans, and the Joker will just pop in your head because the Joker is iconic. He's had several movies. I mean, he's been in several Batman stories. He's just and the reason he ain't higher on my list is because he's overused. He's a bit mainstream, stuff like that. But anyway, the Joker is really high up on this list. I mean, he beat out Black Adam and Venom, stuff like that. He beat out those guys. So yeah. Now here's the grand finale. Number 1. Number 1 comes from the DC Universe, Batman universe, and that is Jason Todd, Red Hood. Now, I know Jason Todd is sort of an anti-hero now, but back when I first discovered Jason Todd, he was the Red Hood before or after he was the second Robin. Second, yeah, that's about right. The Red Hood has earned a lot of my respect over the years because he's one of the guys like I was talking about that could go head to head with Batman and come out on top, or go head to head with Batman and match his power. And Batman was trained by some of the best. He was trained by Red Hood was trained by Batman himself, and he was trained by Ra's al Ghul, and he just all around deadly. Honestly, yeah, just Red Hood is just insanely deadly. So yeah, that's my list. Hope you enjoyed my list. You got any problems with it? Make your own list. I don't care. So yeah. See you for the next season of Royal Comics 2, or Royal Comics Show, Season 2, which will come short, or which will come fast, because I saw Lone Ranger, and I've been waiting to get that review out there. So, yeah. Peace.